Yo, what's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy, Kevin Forte, and we need to talk. We need to talk about the New Jersey Devils, New Jersey. So where do we start with this one? Okay, so we're gonna go over from the NorthJersey.com. They had an article pretty much explaining this atrocity, or what some would call a jersey. If you look at it, it actually tells you what it is. It says jersey on the jersey, right? As if you didn't know it was a jersey already. They made sure you know. So, this is the title. Devils unveil first ever alternate black jersey with an historic jersey theme. Yeah, very, very rich history. So, right off the bat, you could tell I don't love this jersey from the team, but it's not as bad as you may think. So we're gonna go into that. So Devils fans have been, well, really hockey fans have been waiting for this Devils black jersey to be released, and this has been talked about now probably for a year. We've been talking about the Devils bringing in an alternate jersey that was going to be, black. The black was going to be the feature of the jersey. Now, this is the third jersey the New Jersey Devils have ever had in their history. You look at the jersey I'm wearing right now. This was a Stadium Series. Well, they had the Stadium Series version of the red Christmas jersey. They had this jersey, which was, I guess you could say, an alternate jersey, but I don't know if they considered it a full-on third jersey. Well, basically, this jersey we have now is the first version of a third or an alternate uniform that the Devils have ever had. And the Devils fans finally got what they were hoping for. So they tweaked the jersey back in 2017 when Adidas took over. And they started to put different striping on the sleeves, on the bottom. Actually, no, there is no striping on the bottom of the crest. But on the sleeves, there was a new design on the striping. And what's interesting is Marty Brodeur was part of the design process for this new uniform for the Devils. I'm going to stop saying New Jersey because it's going to get so confusing. So I'm going to call it the new uniform that the Devils have. There we go. It sounds a little bit better, right? So an important person in Devils history was involved in the design process of this uniform. Martin Brodeur, considered one of the greatest goaltenders in NHL history and holder of numerous Devils and league records, was hands-on with his involvement of designing the alternate uniform according to the team. This is a statement from the team. The sweater is a bold step forward for the Devils brand, aligning with the momentum of a team primed to pivot to a future window of success. This is the first black jersey to be worn during the regular season for the Devils, but it will be the first jersey in the 4-decade history of the Devils to not feature this I call it the pitchfork logo, the NJ logo. This is the first uniform the Devils will ever have not featuring this logo on their main uniform. So that'll be interesting. Instead, the word jersey in a white cursive font adorns the front of the jersey, with the only color of red visible on the uniform coming on a background shadow of those 6 letters. The majority of the jersey is black with white stripes down on various parts of the jersey. Now you may be wondering, well, they just copied the Blackhawks black uniform from their Winter Classic at Notre Dame Stadium. I guess it was 2018 now, or 2020, something of that nature. I've lost track of time at this point. We are in the year 2021. I don't know. But that is the jersey. Everybody's saying, well, they just took that jersey and slapped jersey on the front. Well, not necessarily. There is actually some semblance to this, whether they BS'd it together or not. Basically, there's 5 stripes on the sleeves. Now, those 5 stripes indicate the 5 players that were retired by the New Jersey Devils, which I think is very interesting. It's kind of a throwback to the 5 guys that have been retired up in the bleachers, which I think is kind of nice. It's basically for Martin Brodeur, Ken Danico, Scott Stevens, Patrick Elias, and Scott Niedermayer. These 5 stripes also pay tribute to the Newark Bulldogs, the first hockey team to call New Jersey home. They also had a little tie here with inspiration from the Bulldogs. Also some inspiration from the Rivervale Skeeters, who played in the league from 1939 to 1942, as well as the Cherry Hill-based Jersey Larks, who existed from 1960 and 1961. The jersey also features the championship collar, as it's called, with the years 95, 2000, and 2003 as seen on the red interior of the collar, obviously indicating the 3 Stanley Cup championships that the New Jersey Devils had in that time period. This is also a little interesting. The numbers in terms of the font, the numbers on the sleeve, the numbers on this version of the Devils uniform are featured in silver, which is the same color as the Stanley Cup. That is one of the high points, or the highlights, in my opinion, of this uniform. I like the way they have the shadow effect with the number. Now, if you look at the back of the jersey and on the sleeves, you have the numbers, and then you have this little bit of a red shadow tint on the side, which I think is actually a really nice touch. I think they did a really nice job with that. The wording jersey itself, I don't like. I don't like it at all. I hate jerseys that have to use a word mark. Like, they should have a logo that you don't have to put jersey there. You know, that was something with the Vancouver Canucks for a long time that people did not like about the Canucks jersey. It said Vancouver, and then it had the Canuck whale logo. People hated that because it had to say Vancouver on it. Just have the logo there. It should be enough of a brand in itself. You know, perfect example, you look at the New York Yankees, right? Or you look at the Montreal Canadiens. You don't need to write it there because the logo itself should say enough where you don't need to have the name of it in the uniform. And I think the Devils are doing themselves a disservice with this. And the Devils have missed an opportunity here, in my opinion, in terms of going with the black jersey overall and going with red as that little bit of a tint on the uniform. Basically, take the Olympic jersey that Canada is using, just invert it and make the red as the outline of the uniform. This logo would have looked perfect, red on a black jersey just like this, and you have this striping but red. It wouldn't look so much like the Blackhawks jersey that we just saw a couple of years ago. I think that's part of the problem too, is you could hate the jersey, but at least you could say, oh, well, it's something different, but it's not. We have seen this jersey in the past 5 years just with a different logo on the front. And I think that's really where the Devils missed the mark here. It's not a terrible jersey. There is some meaning behind it, which is better than most jerseys where they have absolutely nothing tied to it. But the fact it got leaked, I wasn't a fan of it once it was leaked, and we didn't have the background of it. That didn't help it. But this is, I always think of if the Red Wings got away from their jersey. The problem is it's such a nice, iconic logo, and this is just like the Devils. You don't see them go away from it because it is so iconic, and it just works. And there's a team that has had this same jersey since 1982, and for the first time in 4 decades, they will have a different logo attached, and it's really not even a logo. It's just a script font that says Jersey. I think it was a missed opportunity for the Devils. It's not a terrible jersey, but it's definitely not a great jersey. And like I said, the only times they've really deviated away from this, the 2010 to 2017 Heritage uniform, as well as the Stadium Series jersey in 2014, the 2018 to present Heritage uniform, which is the one I'm wearing right now, and obviously the 2021 reverse retro jersey, which I need to get my hands on at some point. I don't know how that's going to happen, but that is the best New Jersey Devils uniform that I have seen to this date. A green jersey with the red shoulders and all the striping. That is the best New Jersey Devils uniform. And that was last year's uniform. That was new. Here in 2021, this is also, just a year later, the worst uniform in New Jersey Devils history. So they've fallen from grace, from the best uniform to the worst, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think of this Devils uniform? Because I think it's I don't think it's very mixed. I think I want to hear from Devils fans. I know there's a couple of you guys that are very avid followers. I want to hear what you guys think of this uniform because I definitely have my opinions on it. But if I had to rate this jersey 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, I'm not a fan of the black. I'm not a fan of the fact that it's a uniform we have just recently seen, so it's not anything original. It's the font. It's a word mark, not an actual logo, and it's not better than what they've had. Giving this thing a 3.8, and I think that's being kind. I'm going to give it a 3.8. I will not be spending the $220 on this uniform. That it's up for sale right now on NHL Network, on the NHL.com shop, as well as Adidas. I will not be spending that $230 on this jersey. Not at a 3.8 rating. So guys, let me know what you think down below. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you again next time.